Fight your sin away. Joy is there. It's your inheritance. Don't let the enemy steal it from you. You know, I think sometimes we make this mistake, and somehow we think it's godlier to be all solemn and somber. When I first came to Christ, I was a brand new Christian, didn't know much of anything. I went on this summer training program. And we were put in teams. And the first summer I went, I was put in a team with two other brand new Christians, a guy named Chris and a guy named Paul. Well, Chris had just come to faith and decided to go, but boy, he struggled all summer long. He just was cracking jokes constantly. I mean, we couldn't get him to be serious for 1 minute, all summer long. He was like a stand-up comic all summer long. Paul, on the other hand, when he came to faith, the first thing he did was he read through the Gospels and he saw that Jesus it never says he smiles and it never says he laughs. And then he's reading, actually, elders are supposed to be serious and stuff. So he got this idea in his head that as Christians, we're supposed to be very sober-minded and very serious and very solemn. And he just refused to laugh and if we joked, he'd be like, this is inappropriate. So Chris and Paul got put on the same team all summer long. And I'm sitting there on this team like all summer long watching these two just butting heads all summer long. It was such a relief. By the end of the summer, God had really broken through to both of them, and they reached a better balance. And Paul finally realized, wait a minute here, I've gone a little too far. He was defining spirituality by some sort of external expression instead of something from the heart. And he was just ripping out the joy piece of it. Actually, I just saw Paul. He was at a pastor's conference this summer that I went to, and I ran into him, and he's got a grin from ear to ear. He preaches the gospel. He loves Jesus, and he knows that he can be joyful because his sins have been forgiven, and he has a beloved, beloved son who's the Father sings over with joy. So he walks in joy now, still with reverence. I'm not saying no reverence here. Don't get me wrong. I'm talking about reverence and rejoicing go together. But we have our ideas of what's spiritual and what's not, and we judge those, and even ourselves, when we don't live up to those measurements, instead of simply resting in Christ. We're actually commanded to rejoice. Right? Philippians chapter 4, the apostle said, rejoice in the Lord always. I'll say it again, rejoice. The next verse is, let your gentleness be evident to all. The Lord is near. When you know the Lord is near. And the Lord that's near you is not the God who's coming saying, you're letting me down. I'm disappointed in you. He's the guy who's coming close and saying, oh, how I love you so deeply. I just want to hold you with all my arms. I've made the way for you. You're forgiven. Love me. I love you. He's the God who draws near to us.